So the Indiana Fever. I'm going to be honest. This has got to be like something that where basketball's first, because there are 3 podcasters on the team. There are now 3 podcasters on the team. Sophie Cunningham is now in a podcast with Colin Cowherd's on Colin Cowherd's Volume Network. Sophie Cunningham's got her own podcast. Aaliyah Boston's got her own podcast with Candace Parker. And it is can we just not start this in the off season? Please. Please. Can we not just start this in the off season? I'm just sitting here like, what's happening? What is happening? I saw another post and it was like, podcast started by, it was from Front Office Sports. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry. There was somebody who made, Front Office Sports just said that it was in the summer of Sophie, the Fever social media star is exploded. Apparently Adidas Ring and Arby's now is a podcast deal. Like, I mean, fair. That's a big reason why you'd want to go to the Indiana Fever. But like, I saw this post here. This was it. Caitlin Clark's bodyguard / bestie with the Fever will co-host a new podcast. Like, what? That is a crazy way of phrasing it. And by breakout star, Sophie Cunningham is having a Sophie Cunningham year. She is having a Sophie Cunningham year. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Like, and first of all, I'm pretty sure Kate, in terms of the WNBA, Kate Martin is Caitlin Clark's best friend. Like, if we're being honest, in terms of WNBA players. But at the end of the day, like, I'm out here looking at freaking Sid Colson. I don't know how long Sid Colson's podcast was. Like, how long it's been Sid Colson's had a podcast. We are literally in a situation where 33% of all 30% of all, or thereabouts 30% of all non-Bree Turner players on the Indiana Fever have freaking podcasts. And you bet the Fever better do well. Like, I don't mind this, by the way. I don't mind this. And like, let's not forget as well, the Indiana Fever, with their new thing for next year, their new training facility, will also have a hair salon, childcare space, and a podcast and content production studio. A podcast and content production studio. Like, but to be honest, my attitude towards all of this is the exact same as my attitude when Angel Reese started her podcast. This better not affect basketball. This better not affect basketball. Like, I've been very, very clear with my criticism of Podcast P, of what has happened to Paul George's career since he started the podcast. Him playing for one of the worst teams in the NBA and saying he was cancelling the podcast to win a championship was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen anyone do before, though. But at the end of the day, we gotta double down. Even though I like Sophie Cunningham, I like Aaliyah Boston. But at the end of the day, like, ball's got to be first. Basketball has got to come first. And if basketball does not come first, then it is what it is. Like, you just have to stop. You just have to stop it. You just have to stop it before it kind of gets anything crazy. And I don't think it's going to really matter for Aaliyah Boston. I think when it comes to Aaliyah Boston, I think she's going to be fine. I think Sophie Cunningham, by the way, I think Sophie Cunningham loves the limelight because the more she gets famous or infamous, the louder the crowd is going to be, whether that be positive or negative. And it makes, like, it will improve her. I'm gonna say the same. Like, when it comes to like Aaliyah Boston, players like Angel Reese, even Sid Colson doesn't care. She just goes out and plays ball at a slightly above league minimum level. Sid Colson is just about good enough to keep her spot in the league. That is it. It's like, however good you have to play to keep your spot in the league while being a locker room player, Sid Colson is like on that line for how bad you can be before the league just says, you know what, just you're out of here. But yeah, it's something that has just been, it could be annoying. It's something I just wanted to talk about. Like, it might make no difference. Sophie Cunningham's podcast could do great. It could do absolutely fantastic. Sophie Cunningham or Aaliyah Boston's podcast could be fantastic. But I just don't. Not that I don't like players having hobbies, because I think players should have hobbies. I don't think players' hobbies should be doing anything online unless they are absolutely okay. Unless they're absolutely okay with like not being chronically online. Not being chronically online, because at the end of the day, anyone who makes a podcast, if you're chronically online looking about what people are saying about you, you are going to be driven mad. You are going to be driven mental. Like, and that's something that is coming from me. Like, if I literally just typed in my name into the WNBA's Reddit, I can guarantee you there's some awful things said about me. There's probably an entire thread said about me. But at the end of the day, like, you're going to lose your damn mind if you are chronically online and you are a podcaster. Heck, to be fair, you're probably going to lose your mind if you're chronically online and you're an athlete anyway. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you guys think that this is something that, you know, doesn't really matter? Do you guys think it's a big deal that half their team are podcasters? Like, this isn't just one player having a podcast. Half their damn team, half their rotation are on podcasts. Like, this is not a small thing. This is not a small thing. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. But yeah, it'll be an interesting thing to see what happens. Like, you've even got the good old NBC reporter, NE. You've still got that good old NBC reporter who's actually now on the side of the Fever are going to be really good when Caitlin Clark returns, which is something. I mean, hell's frozen over, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.